Recording. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 275 of Nation of Conversation. We're finally here. It's the Gonna Be Late Boys, Mike, Bill, and Wally. Although Wally was on time.
I was on time.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, Wyatt will just straight up blow it off if he's not coming.
True.
Yep.
The no call, no show. I fall asleep through the show. Wally. What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Are we actually recording? Because all I see is live.
Oh, is it not recording?
Oh, brother.
Oh, brother. Oh, brother.
Jesus H. Christ.
Oh, brother. I think it is now.
At least I stopped
I'm
at
not
like
saying
2
hi,
minutes in.
That was
At
good.
least
Thank
I
you for
stopped
saying
at 2
that.
minutes in.
Instead of other episodes where I sound like I'm in a goddamn tunnel and then nobody says a word for 2 hours. All right. I think it's working. What's up?
What's up? Are we live? We're live.
Yeah. We're still live on
and
YouTube.
we're
That was
recording.
never in question. Just the audio portion.
We're recording this time. So
Yeah,
that's
we're
good.
recording this time. It helps to
Let me know we're
record.
on.
Let's kick it off with top story of the week. Zelina Vega is fired for having
An opinion.
an opinion on
A
company and other revenue streams.
supposedly a breach of contract. That's what.
Breach of contract.
That's
Is that
what I
it was?
believe. That's what I believe WWE called it, a breach of contract.
God, they're the fucking worst.
Yeah.
Just can't. They just can't believe it. I seemed like she was. Well, I guess let's back up because she tweeted, "I'm for unions," and then 10 minutes later she was fired. So everybody went crazy and said like, Zelina Vega got fired for tweeting that. I don't think that's true.
No,
I think
that's
she
not.
tweeted that after she knew she was going to be
Yes,
fired
I believe she
And-
was fired earlier in the afternoon,
and knew that, and then tweeted
Yes.
the union thing,
which
to,
is still a great move.
draw up interest, and probably because she was fucking pissed, which I would have been. She refused to give up Twitch. She refused to give up OnlyFans. She refused to give up all of her other revenue
Money
streams,
Yeah.
which good for her.
Yeah. And she said she was making more money doing Twitch. Just Twitch. She was making more money. So like, why not? Why not?
Seems
You know?
really weird because I feel like she was one of the rare cases where she was great in NXT, but also very utilized on the main roster.
She was, yeah, for sure. But like,
Not necessary. She's not Roman Reigns, but
Well,
she was she was used a lot on the main roster.
yes. But
Even had a match finally.
yeah, it was very weird that she like became a singles wrestler and then, but yeah, she could have, gotten herself over in any position she was in.
When
Yeah.
she was in NXT, she was Cien Almas's manager, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
don't
just
remember.
showed up one night and started yelling at Almas in the parking lot.
Right. Get it together, you.
Yes.
And then he won the title.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's boy, it
Used
doesn't
to
make
because
me
she
like
was so
this company.
short.
Yeah.
What's
I
up?
used to like, because she was so short, she would do the thing where she would give people like a hurricanrana. But
Yes.
they would be on their knees and she could still do it because she was so short. Like she used to do it to
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre the best.
Yes. She used to do it to people off the apron and like interfere in matches.
Yeah.
I
I mean, still can do that stuff, but
yeah, right. She's still gonna wrestle, obviously. But yeah. It's funny. It's like I make more money on Twitch, so I'm going to not cancel this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think there was a story out there that she had given over some of the Twitch information to her brother, and her brother was doing it. He had taken over the account or something. I thought I heard, and she didn't want to give it up. She was just giving it over to him.
Yeah. If she's making good enough money doing that and she feels secure enough, like she probably pushed back and said, "No, I'm not giving it up.
Right.
Either fire me or, or let me
Do
keep
it."
it."
Yeah.
Right.
And she probably made the right call because she could just stick with that.
She can wrestle anywhere else.
Yeah, she can
immediately.
wrestle anywhere else.
Right.
But she doesn't maybe even need a wrestler because she could probably build that even more.
And she has her own.
Twitch.
She has a Twitch. She has an OnlyFans. She has her own clothing company. She has a YouTube channel. Like, sure, between all those, didn't she sell water bottles too? Didn't I see that?
Oh, I don't know.
Does like water bottles too. She does all kinds of like side hustle.
The thing is WWE just they don't want wrestlers to have options. Not even wrestling options, any options.
Right.
You can't like they want to be.
They want
like,
total control over a human being.
Yeah, and they don't want the wrestlers to even be able to consider another source of revenue.
Which is why the whole acting thing has been a problem for years. Like I remember seeing Punk saying this, was it 5 years ago, whenever he quit, saying like how many times he tried to get movie stuff and done and they wouldn't let him do it.
Well, it even goes back to Hulk Hogan.
Right. They fired Hulk Hogan because of Rocky, right?
Yeah. So they
because of
don't
Rocky.
Yeah.
Why did they fire him for Rocky?
He got a role in Rocky 3 and they fired him.
What was it? Thunder Lips. Blubber Lips.
Blubber Lips. That's the new version of Hulk Hogan. Blubber Lips. That's stupid shit. But
and they didn't want him to do it.
They didn't want him to do it, so they fired him from WWF.
But that wasn't
he
Vince.
Came back.
That was Vince McMahon's
Vince's dad.
Yeah. It was Vince Senior did that.
Right.
But that's why he left.
Those principles continue to live on, apparently.
Yes. Oh yeah. Where it's just they don't want you to have options. They want to be your savior. They want you to be everything. They want to be,
the overlords.
They want you to be dependent on them. That's what they want.
Right.
So they can tell you what to do, and you will do it because you got no other choice.
Well,
or they want you to be someone like at this point they want you to be someone as big as The Rock, who can
and then you can go do movies.
Yeah, whose ceiling is just you're too big at that point.
You can't say no.
Yeah,
can't say no.
Can't say no. Right, and now you
can't stop. Cena got too big. I think that's also part of the part of their thing. They don't want people getting too big where they Cena themselves out of the company.
Yeah, maybe,
or leave. I think they get annoyed by that instead of just doing the new crop of people. They get pissed off when people leave. Because remember, there was a whole Rock was a bad guy because he went and made one movie.
That's true.
Remember that?
True. Yeah,
he was a horrible bad guy. What a piece of shit for going to make.
That was the whole way.
One movie.
That was the whole thing with Cena. He digged on him for leaving to go be in movies.
Right, but the original, the Scorpion King thing, I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a bunch of stuff where you're a piece of shit, you Hollywood piece of shit?
There may have been.
I think there was in the storyline, and that's what he did, the song, the sing along rock and all that stuff. Do you think we're gonna see more firings over this kind of stuff, or you think this is gonna be a bad backlash for them?
It won't be the last time you see it, but I don't think it's a movement.
You don't think they're not going to unionize right now?
No. I think if it, the people, I think the people who are there at this point are just going to stick it out because they know what they're in for. And the people that don't want to be there will figure their way out, like a Zelina.
Right.
But I don't know, guys like AJ or
he gave it up. He gave up his Twitch.
Yeah, they're just whatever. They're just little cuck boys. You just let their master tell them what to do.
Yeah, but they're little cuck boys making six figures.
Well, yeah.
They're not going to jeopardize that.
No.
Which I get. You don't want to jeopardize your major income, but if you're somebody like Zelina who's not making a ton of money, who cares?
Right. Who's that
was probably you know what? I'm not making that much money anyway, so
yeah, exactly.
Pay me more and I'll give it up. I bet that's what she said.
That may be true.
If I have a guess, I'm guessing she went to Vince. It was
that'd be
pay me more and I'll give it up.
That'd be the best way to do it. Be you're making me give up this much. but you're not willing to pay me? Like,
Right.
get the fuck out of here.
And I'm on TV all the time.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Mhm.
Yeah. You sent us the interesting link there, Mike, that SAG actually is going to get involved, potentially get involved in this.
Like, that's
which
been
is huge.
the talk of union. Of course, wrestlers could never actually form a real wrestling union because there
Unless
wouldn't be
they-
enough of them.
They'd all have to agree to it. That would be
And they wouldn't. The
Yeah.
wrestlers.
right,
They
right.
wouldn't. They wouldn't.
Right.
But someone like SAG-AFTRA stepping in and like fighting for unionization within the industry, not just WWE, the
Right.
industry. Because I
Right.
want this AEW, TNA,
Sure. Right. It should be everywhere.
across the board. Like that's the best bet right there. Is SAG-AFTRA getting in there and being like, we now classify you people as
Right. You have to be a SAG.
a SAG
registered.
member,
Yeah.
which essentially they are. They're on TV,
And they should be.
There's, I don't know how all that works, but
I think it's just because the carnyism and people don't want to,
Yeah,
be associated with carny wrestling.
but that's their best
I
bet.
guess.
Like I said, like
I guess.
no one in AEW or
AEW has told a weird line about this too, right? Like
They
they've tried to act supportive, but also said like they're like not really for unions or something.
yeah, it's been weird.
The one thing I'll say about that, I think there should be unions in all wrestling. Let me just say that first. But secondly,
But
the only thing about the other companies is you're allowed to do those other things. They're not taking your Twitch
Right.
money. They're not allowed, like a bunch of them allow you to book outside of their, even in like in non-COVID times or before the BC, you could get other bookings even. Like
Yeah.
you can make money off like Impact when they changed those rules, when they were like your
Mhm.
character is your character, we don't own your character. Those are more like
yes,
you're not a contracted employee or you're not a
Yeah, you're an independent contractor.
you're an independent contractor because you can go and do other stuff with this name
Yeah.
and we're not going to stop you, which is the opposite of what WWE is doing here.
yeah.
Even though I think there should be a union in all
Yeah.
wrestling anyway.
Yeah.
But
And you know what? If
at least
wrestling-
they like all the AEW guys got Twitch, like,
Yeah.
and they're not
Yeah.
stopping them. So
Are they doing anything with up, down, down? Oh, no, that's YouTube. That's not
no,
Twitch.
because it's owned by WWE.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
it's
it really?
owned by WWE?
Oh, I didn't know that.
WWE paid Xavier Woods and all those guys to do that.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
It's WWE owned.
But
So-
there is still NXT guys who do it, like Adam Cole. still
Yeah,
does
that
it.
makes no sense to me how they can do it.
Because Adam
Or is
Cole's too important for them to really push back on.
Yes.
I guess, but I don't
Like
know.
if I was Adam Cole, I'd just be like,
Get me the fuck
Well,
out of here.
I don't know.
I'll be AEW champion in 1 year.
But he already is NXT champ. Like he doesn't need to do that. I feel like he's doing whatever.
I'm
he
just
wants.
saying, like, yeah, if that was your problem, like, you could just go work with your friends and be.
Yeah, but it's just like you don't know how.
At some point, that's gonna happen. Like, some of
Yeah.
these guys are gonna get called up, and it's gonna go badly for this.
like everyone.
Apparently, Aleister Black asked to go back down, and they said no.
Yes, and they're not sure. No one really knows
We don't know when.
when or if it was
Unrelated or
retribution,
whatever,
but obviously,
Sure, he is either. I'm sure two things are gonna happen to him. One, he's gonna get fucking buried on TV, and two, he's eventually gonna quit too. I'm sure of it. It's gonna
either-
happen. I mean, they've used him like shit since he's been up.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's just awful.
he's barely been on.
Mm.
He was like doing promos for a while, right? Wasn't he
Did that-
like?
Dump promo
Yeah,
in the office where he told
Yeah.
people to come and get him or something. I don't know, but obviously
bad.
he's not happy with his position and
No,
wants to go back down. NXT, but they said like, sorry, we're full up.
sorry, we
Obviously-
can't use you, amazing guy, Aleister Black. Can't
We
use
Resign.
you.
currently
No.
don't have a champion, but we can't use a champion
Yeah.
level guy.
We
But
can't use a
they
top
don't
guy.
They don't have room down there.
They
barely
fucking
have-
make
Black.
room.
You can make room for Aleister Black in
He's
NXT.
a serious top
he was
guy.
a monster in
I know.
NXT.
But you don't have a spot. But he'd have to be right into the main event scene. Obviously, Finn knew to like when he needed to be like, yeah, I'll go down, please. Obviously, a little too late.
Yeah, too little, too late for him. All right. Anything else to say on the Zelina Vega thing? I think she did the right thing. I think she's smarter than people think.
Oh,
A
yeah.
lot of people out there are not understanding this. I think she's controlling what's going on.
Yeah.
If you ask me, I think she
Mhm.
got what she wanted
Mhm.
in one way or another, you know.
She'll be just fine.
And she is very talented. She will be absolutely fine. I will not be
So-
surprised if in 3 months she's on AEW. Would not be
Or no, she's
or an
probably
Impact.
Impact. She's spent tons of time there.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if she shows up and does
Even
some
if she
big
just
stuff
did,
on another show.
even if she just did independent work, she'd be a big hit.
Yeah.
AEW
absolutely.
should snatch her up. They need
solid competitors.
Yeah.
Yeah. She would be fit well in there. That's for sure.
So just to sum it up, I think I can speak for the group when I say, just do what your employer asks you to do, and we don't have these issues.
If you would just Jesus Christ.
You're the worst.
Does this affect anybody else in like their NXT love? Because this shit drives me nuts and makes me not want to even enjoy NXT. Even though that
NXT is what
has
makes me
nothing to
not-
do with it.
NXT itself is what makes me want to not like NXT anymore.
We'll get there. All right.
It's just like watching a football game or a baseball game. Like the NFL fucking sucks shit, and you know who sucks shit.
right.
Dell, but you could still enjoy a football game.
I guess, yeah.
Like
I enjoy it more this year than I have in the past, but yeah, there has been years when his sucking of shit has made me not enjoy football.
I literally haven't watched more than a quarter of a football game. Is that what they play football in, quarters?
I think this
Innings?
truncated basketball season, I watched one half of one NBA game.
Yeah, I did watch.
I don't think I watched any.
Well, I watched a lot, so I'm the opposite of you guys. AEW announced their 3 video games. Did you watch any of this?
Nope.
I did, and it was dumb.
The Apple reveal thing?
Well, just like the
Or
Steve
the
Jobs
games.
things.
Yeah, the 4 Steve Jobs or whatever.
Like, nope. This isn't fucking 2011, dude. Like, I don't get why people think that's funny or inventive. Like, just come out and be like, not everything has to be tongue-in-cheek funny. Just come out and be like, we're gonna do rockin' video games and it's gonna kick ass. But yeah,
Maybe
Is
you
it gonna-
forget Spider Fest and how cool that was, Mike.
yes.
Sometimes their jokes land, sometimes they don't.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I didn't think it was that great of a reveal. I got to be honest. I thought the Booker game looks kind of weird.
I didn't see
the-
really any footage of any. I saw the
There really isn't. That's kind of also what I'm gonna say.
I saw the console game footage.
Which looks bad. Let's just be
I
honest.
don't think so.
I thought it looked bad.
I don't
This
think
is
it
the
looked
company
bad.
that used to do WWE, right?
Yeah, it's Yucks.
It's Yucks who did WWE, but they're gonna do supposedly a No Mercy style game. That's what they said.
Yes, they're using the AKI engine, which is still being used to this day to build mods of No Mercy. and-
Right. Because that guy
Yes.
who's making the not No Mercy, the WCW, whatever the hell game. Is that
Yes.
out or not out?
I don't know. There's all
I can't
types
keep
of
track.
wacky games out there.
There's the retro like Royal Rumble
Yes.
looking game that's still not out.
Yes.
That like literally once we started this podcast 4 years ago, I started following, and it's still not out. They share trailers
Yeah.
of it or things of it all the time.
Oh, is that the game that's coming out for the Switch?
It might be. It's very cartoonish and looks
There's
like Royal Rumble, like
but
the
is it like
old
yes,
NES game.
and is like Nick Aldis in it and stuff? Yeah, because
It's like independent dudes.
yes, that was supposed to come out in August on the Switch and still has not.
Yeah. I
Still
see it
has
like,
not.
the game is almost ready.
Yeah,
but it's been almost ready for like
it's
3
coming-
years.
It's coming out for the Switch, and I'll like if the price tag isn't bad, I'll maybe look at it.
Right.
But
But yeah, I wasn't impressed by any of these 3 releases. I don't think the Booker thing is going to be that fun, but maybe,
I don't know.
maybe
What
I
did they
could be
say
wrong.
about- What did they say about the book?
They just said if you want to be like Tony Khan and book the show, you can do the Booker. And then they showed like a little screen where you pick the winner, and then they showed like animation
What is going on over there, Bill? What are you doing?
moving something.
Is that better?
Yes.
Great.
It showed
I
like,
unplugged the power. That was what that was.
oh, wow. That was a lot
I
of
don't know
noise
why that mattered.
for one
Sounds-
clip.
It sounds like a raccoon scratching at your door.
Eating your computer.
All right. Well, I'm
Anyway.
going to get up and come right back in 5 seconds because that's all I wanted to do.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't that impressed with it.
The biggest thing is
This shit's not coming out for like 4 years.
yes.
That's the other.
Like, don't announce anything. Don't make a big fucking unless you've got something ready to go.
Well,
Like-
the casino is ready to go. Supposedly, that's coming
Even
out in March.
Oh,
Who cares?
No, it's not. That's not ready to go. March is several months away. No, like do it like Apple. Be like, it's out next week.
Yeah.
Like, don't jerk us around. Be like, oh, here's this stuff. Like, no, in like a week.
Was it Last of Us 2 that they put a trailer out for Last of Us 2? Like, was it like 2017 or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Like Last of Us, it's still not out, right? Or did it
I
finally come
hate-
out?
You're like, yeah, well, Last
Oh,
of
it
Us
finally
Part
came
2.
out, right?
Yeah.
Last of Us 2 finally came out.
But
But,
no,
it was
I-
like 2 years before the game was going to come out. Like,
I
don't
hate
put a
that.
trailer out for this.
I hate that about video games. How
Just
like,
wait.
they'll be like, oh, the new Avengers game in 2025. Like,
Yeah.
what the
Why do we care? Did that ever come out?
Yes, it was supposed to be.
It bombed.
It bombed. It did really
It,
bad.
it lost them like $63 million
Yeah,
or something
it
like
did.
It
that.
looked
do well.
terrible when they put the trailer out like
Yeah.
2 years ago. It looked fucking awful.
The game-
I saw something about it that in like a couple, they like were down like 96% of their online. Like they can't make matches.
Yeah, because the thing, like, it's just
Wow.
like it's not. There's not much to the game, and it's just. They said it's a good game, but it's just missing a lot of elements.
Well,
But,
I didn't enjoy any of this. I really thought like, oh, I'll just go on, I'll just live stream, watch it. Like I'll do a podcast where I watch and react to it. And then I was like, no, this is not good.
Not worth it.
This is not worth it and not good. So that's AEW Video Games. Hopefully they get better. When they said a No Mercy game originally, and they were like teasing that, I was like, oh, that'll be really fun. And then when they showed it and like all the stuff, I'm like, I'm not into this at all unless this is improved. I'm sure it will be, and I will probably get the game at some point. But right now,
I will
not a fan.
hold my thoughts until it finally comes out.
Right. I'm sure
Or until we get a clear thing besides like a cutscene.
right.
Like,
Yeah,
you
a
know.
crappy cutscene that they made 5 minutes before it's supposed to go on.
I thought it looked good. I thought it looked cool. I'd rather it look like cartoonish and silly
I
than
get that. I
like
guess if it's
how-
going to be a No Mercy game, it just didn't
Yeah.
look like it looked sort of like 2K. Still.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over some other stuff before we run out of time. Chelsea Green shows back up. Finally, we've been complaining about this shit for 9 months or something. Since the entire quarantine, she hasn't had a match. She
May.
broke up with Robert Stonebrand for no reason and just didn't show up again ever. And she finally came back on SmackDown and immediately has a broken wrist and is out.
Was it
Indefinite.
Ajax?
No. She fell to the outside right while you were watching it. She fell
Yeah,
to the
she,
outside and landed awkwardly. Nobody's fault.
It was oh shit, what was her name?
Sucks.
Liv Morgan,
Yeah, it was
Drop
Liv.
kicked her.
Give her a drop kick through the ropes.
and she landed awkwardly. She
But
broke her
still-
wrist already.
She broke
Last
her
year.
arm. Did she
Wrist.
break her- Yeah, okay, it was a
This is a
wrist.
second wrist break, I'm pretty sure.
And when she debuted in NXT, she broke it.
Yeah, so 2 broken wrists. What a bummer.
Yeah.
Sucks. I
They
mean,
had
she
like
was- I hate SmackDown and Raw. I think this is fucking terrible, but it just sucks for her.
I think she was supposed to be on the Women's Survivor Series
She
team.
was supposed to win the match and be in the Survivor Series and start doing things, and now she's out for probably many months. Because wrist breaks are not. They're not terrible, but they're not good.
No.
It's not like you wear a cast for 6 weeks and then you're fine. You should have surgery to repair
Maybe
it.
you wear a cast for 6 months and it's a weapon forever.
There you go. Hopefully they'll do that. So that sucks. World Tag League Best of the Super Juniors kicking off.
Right. I forgot
Same
to
time?
watch.
Yeah. Same time.
Well,
Yeah, I forgot to watch that.
Bunch of stuff happened.
Oh yeah, Jeff
we'll see.
Cobb is in Empire.
He joined what's his name? Osprey's group?
Osprey and Okan.
Okan?
the great Ocorn.
He changed it, right?
Yes, he's Okan.
Great Ocorn.
Is he any good?
I didn't watch the match.
Oh, okay. So that's kicking off. You can look forward to that. You cannot look forward to if you're I guess maybe you can for a few months in NXT before they get called up. But Alex Zayne and the Rascals headed to NXT. Such a shame.
Who are the Rascals again?
Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz.
Oh
And
yeah,
possibly-
they got the cool finisher, right?
And possibly
Yes.
Trey Miguel.
And maybe or maybe not Trey Miguel. He's still apparently bargaining between different companies.
And they're the current PWG champions.
Yes,
So
right. I
they'd
mean,
have to-
PWG is just non-existent at this point. They haven't done anything for a year.
Yeah, essentially.
Because they can't do like empty arena stuff. It would make no sense.
Yeah, no.
But yeah,
Um,
what a bummer.
yeah,
I mean,
there's-
good for them. I'm sure that's what they wanted. You know, we say this all the time. You know,
I think there's supposed to be a few ladies who are supposed to be part of that class, and they're like I said, there's rumors of Dragon Lee too.
which sucks even
Give
more.
me all the Dragon Lee.
I love them. I'm afraid that they're going to disappear from my.
I just don't know where all of these people are going.
205 left.
How are they going to use them all? What are they going to do? Honestly, what are they going to do with Alex Zayne? Can you come up with a good idea for him that they would do?
Depending, see, the thing is I've never heard Alex Zayne cut a promo.
Right.
So if he is able to get his promo down, I do see him as like having the potential of like a Seth Rollins,
Yeah.
but
They're not going to give him that.
you don't know if he breaks.
What
Maybe.
happens with Alex Zayne is they start him in NXT, but they give him like not right to the top, but they give him like we're gonna let you go out there and show off,
Yeah.
and he's gonna get just barely hot. Like he'll get to the North American title picture, and then he'll get called up and have a 2-week run, and then you'll never hear of him.
I fear the ricochet for him. I fear the ricochet because
Without the actual top of NXT.
right.
But he's thankfully much bigger than Ricochet.
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy,
But we don't
like,
know if he can cut a promo.
Yeah, I don't really.
And
know
he
if-
wrestles a very independent style,
That's true.
which is not WWE.
No.
So, and they don't like that independent style, and they're going to try to break him of that. I'm guessing, try to break him of that independent style. So I fear for him big. I fear for him big time. I think the Rascals will probably be more fine in NXT. I think they'd probably be very
They'll be-
good in the tag division.
They'll be great in NXT, but they
Right.
don't have their.
They don't have a hope in prayer of doing anything on the main roster as a tag team.
No.
There's no way.
No way, Jose.
There's no fucking way. Like tag teams don't get over in WWE proper. So,
Yeah, period. Like they're gonna get broken up.
Yeah.
That's what will happen. They'll
which
get broken up.
sucks. It just sucks because you can just see this stuff on the wall, and I love all these guys. The same thing with Trey Miguel. We know his promos are weird. We already talked about how
I'm
his
not
promos
crazy about it.
aren't. We're not crazy about his promos. So what's he gonna do? He's gonna be Ricochet too. You know, I don't know. I hate it.
We'll see.
And like the other thing is like they did really interesting things with the treehouse and all that stuff on Impact. They're not going to get to do that stuff on
No.
NXT. They're not going to do weed stuff on
No,
NXT.
they're not gonna
There's
do
no
weed
way.
No.
No, they're not doing weed jokes on NXT. I'd be shocked if they did that.
No.
You can do jokes. Riddle did jokes.
Yeah, but even his jokes were very tame compared
Just
to
like puns and innuendos. They're
Yes,
not going to
yeah,
do
yeah.
did
they're not going to be smoking weed in the treehouse doing
what they
promos.
essentially did. Did you know what they did, Wally? Is
No,
they
no
essentially
idea.
they ripped it off from that 70s show.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's
Yes.
what they did.
Okay.
which was good.
They
Very
camera
interesting.
right? And then they spun the camera around to different
Yep.
people.
Yep. All right. Well, hopefully I'm wrong about that, and they're all good, and hopefully they get paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
Hopefully they got paid lots and lots of money. Everyone was flipping out because Kenny Omega was inducted into the Observer Hall of Fame.
Why now?
My only question is, do current guys get inducted into this? I don't know
Yes.
what their Hall of Fame looks
Yes.
like. So
I
what is
believe
everybody so upset about?
AJ's in, Daniel
Yeah.
Bryan's in. I don't know. People just are looking for something to flip out about.
I don't
Wait,
understand.
they're mad about it?
I don't
Yeah.
know. People are
Tons of-
mad about stupid shit.
People are
People
all
are mad about fucking Baby Yoda eating eggs.
Are you exterminating
That
a
was
race,
hilarious.
Mike?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. So
Genocide.
he's
many,
Not a
committing
race.
genocide.
They were just he was killing one family.
No, the whole
haven't
race.
seen
That
it.
was the point.
yeah.
No, it was her line. It was her line. She said that
Whatever.
many times. So
But still, like some people really can. Like some people just
I think it's-
shouldn't be able to like take
Use the
in
internet?
art. No, just people who are like they don't understand anything.
I was like, oh, I thought they were current guys got inducted all the time to the Wrestling Observer. Wow.
Troy, New York is on fire.
New York is
Whoa.
truly on fire. All right. Speaking of Mandalorian, Sasha Banks was on the Mandalorian.
Oh yeah, she was good.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I wish she had a bigger part.
I was telling Wally, I thought her part was going to be Sabine from
Yeah,
Rebels, because they both have blue hair, which is a dumb
Yeah.
reason to think that. But when I saw them like land and they had graffiti on their helmets, I'm like, oh shit, she's definitely Sabine, and she's not. She's just
nah.
a no-name Mandalorian. But it was cool to see her in there.
Yeah, no, it's a good spot. And the crazy thing is, WWE just didn't promote it.
No.
What would they?
The biggest show right now.
Did not promote it.
Didn't promote
You guys just 20 minutes ago were saying how they don't want their people to get too
it.
big.
Yeah, that's
Which is
the
funny
thing.
because her name in
is-
there is not Sasha Banks either. It's
That's
Mercedes,
true.
whatever. Arno, is that what you said?
Bernardo?
Bernardo.
Bernardo. So it was under a real name.
Bernardo. One
yeah.
of the two.
Bernardo.
The thing is that WWE sees that as like, oh, people aren't going to be watching our thing. Like,
Which
they're just,
It
they're
makes
go
no
play
sense.
with-
It
If
makes
she
no
asked, I bet
sense.
you Sasha could make Marine 9.
Yeah, go ahead. Make Marine 9. You and Shawn Michaels come back.
Yeah.
Well, now it's a good movie.
Because they
Now
killed
then.
Miz, right? So Miz died. Remember we watched that.
Miz
Miz dies? What the hell? All right.
I blocked that one out of my memory.
Yeah, that happened. We watched that. Bill, it's time for a segment to be named later. What you got?
All right. So first, I wanted to look into our new friend from Conan, Tracy Walter, the character actor. Because he
Oh,
was
yeah.
familiar to me, but I didn't really know him. So I looked him up to see if he truly was in everything.
From Conan the Destroyer.
And let me just give a couple things because he has.
I
truly
can
been in
give you
everything.
one thing. Repo Man. He's in
Okay,
Repo
so
Man.
here's
Oh.
movies not starring in, but has roles in.
Mm,
He's on every TV show for at least one episode.
right.
But that includes all the way back to Taxi, Wings. He was in Murray, and he was on Always Sunny playing a bum.
What?
Oh, that makes sense.
He was in Scorpio, Conan. He was in Batman from 1989.
Yes, he was.
Wow.
He
One
was.
of the goons?
No, he was like his right hand man goon.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Joker's
yeah.
main goon.
Yes,
He was in
he's the-
Silence
yeah.
of the Lambs, City Slickers, Philadelphia. He ran Conan back, and he was in Junior.
Mm.
Wow.
He was in Independence Day.
He was in Junior?
Yeah.
I haven't even thought
Independence-
about Junior in a long time. The movie where
He-
Schwarzenegger has a baby.
In Independence Day, he was a techie and also a medical assistant. So he was a bunch of real background things.
Wow.
He was in Man on the Moon, which we've watched.
Wait, you know who's in Independence Day? Robert Loggia.
Mm-hmm.
Must be
And he
sad.
was in all the way up to the Manchurian Candidate. He's been in a whole range of things.
Damn.
I
a
did
lot
want
of
to run
movies.
back one thing just because this weekend I rewatched Bloodsport.
Yes.
And at the very end, they refreshed me on this statistic that it was in fact in the course of one tournament. It was
Best
not spread
stat.
out.
The
one
best stat
tournament.
ever.
So the stat was in a single tournament he won. He had 56 straight knockouts. So if we assume a regular single elimination tournament, and there was no other matches, every match he entered, he had a knockout 56 times. The total number of competitors was 72 quadrillion, 57 trillion, 594 billion, 37 million, 927,900 combatants. Every human that's ever lived, plus several, presumably aliens.
Wow.
It must have been like triple elimination then.
It must have been.
It must have been. So there's probably only like
Frank Dux?
494 billion people in it.
Are you questioning Frank Dux right now?
Yeah, Bill, do it if
Yes.
if there's like a triple elimination. Figure that
All
out.
right, I'll try to figure that out if it's a triple E one.
Do that for next
and
week.
then just real quick, Mike, I don't know if you wanted to refresh us on our new best segment of the week. Did you twist any metal this week after all?
I did.
You did?
Yeah. You could find it right in a browser and play it. Oh yeah, I played it for like a half hour.
Was
How
it fun?
Yeah, it's still great. It's not as easy on a computer, and it is such a hard game. Now that I'm a runner, it was so hard because you have 3 lives to get through several boards, and it is not an easy game.
Which is why you need to get the code. What was that code again? I forget now. The
But there's the code, and I did play through like
what's
all
that
the
guy's
boards.
name?
There's-
Warthog or something? No, well, not
Yes.
Warthog.
Oh no.
Super
There's
Warthog.
There's Warthog. There's
There was, like-
Roadkill.
There was Super
Super
Warthog.
Warthog. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But there's also a code. Remember, if you fall off in New York, because New York, you're on the skyscrapers. If
Yeah.
you fall
Yeah.
off, you can see the code in the lights. And then
Yes.
there's also, if you shoot the Statue of Liberty with a rocket, it becomes a sexy lady in a dress.
That's
that's right.
That's what I was trying to
That's
get
right.
at.
Oh
That's what I was
yeah.
trying to remember last week. Yes.
I
If
remember
you
that.
blow
It
up
becomes
the
a sexy
Eiffel
lady.
Tower, if you place a remote bomb in the Eiffel Tower, it falls apart, and then you can get to different roofs. Oh yeah.
Yes.
I was doing
What a
all the-
fun game Twisted Metal 2 was. So much fun.
I was playing as Warthog,
George.
and I realized like Warthog was the only good guy. I think.
Was it Midian? Was that his name? What was
It
the
might
guy?
have been. You're onto something. He was better than Warthog.
Something. He was a better version of Warthog, and he was a secret character you could unlock with the code.
Oh
He had like 6 wheels and stuff. Yeah.
He had extra
Right.
missiles too.
that's right. What was it?
Yeah, I forget his name now, but he was fun. I used him all the time. And I think there was I remember we were playing it, Bill, and wasn't there like you play with the one guy and then you switch? Can't you switch characters or something? Or did you
Like
actually
you
have to
tag him out?
Did you have to tag him out? I can't remember now.
I think it was like if they died, you went on to the next one, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe. All right, let's go over the Wednesday Night Wars. AEW. I don't know if we need to go over every single thing that happened. I did not like this show.
I don't remember what happened.
Well, let's start with somebody named Jade came out and interrupted a Cody promo, and I'm like, I turned it on at this moment. I'm like, who the fuck is Jade? Jade Cargill.
Yes.
She did a decent job with her promo, but I don't know who this is. And then she's like, "You said you were gonna fight giants or something?
Yeah, a giant
you're
killer.
You're gonna fight Shaq." Like, oh my god, no,
I
Did it
don't-
happen?
not
No.
yet.
That's
She
the other thing.
Announced
is like,
it.
why announce it if Shaq's not going to be there? That's the other thing. And like, hey,
okay.
good for that. Like that girl is jacked. She looks like $1 million bucks.
Looks good. She's a good promo. I just didn't know who a decent-ish promo. I didn't know who she was.
She's gonna get a lot of comparisons to what's her name, Bianca Belair.
Yeah, she looks a lot like Bianca Belair. Yeah.
She's just jacked and super athletic.
Yeah. Well, we don't know how she is as a wrestler. Have we?
That's the thing.
Her?
No, but
assuming she's been on Dark.
She is. They signed her. She's all elite.
Right. Yeah, they said she was all elite, but mostly okay. We'll see what she can do. I bet she can be pretty good. But what the fuck is going on with the Shaq thing? Please stop.
The only way this could be saved is if Charles Barkley gets involved.
Yeah,
he's not going to though.
That's the only way this could be.
No,
saved.
I would love to
who
see
gets
Shaq
his revenge?
and Charles.
Who gets revenge for Shaq and a fool, Murray? What's his name?
Oh, JaVale McGee comes in and costs Shaq the match.
Yeah.
And then JaVale McGee has a match against Shaq.
Yep.
Oh man, now that's good booking right there.
And the thing is, so many people are like,
my man JaVale McGee,
Shaq. Oh, the guy from the General commercials. The guy who does
the guy from the General commercials.
Did I ever tell you about?
No, it's the guy from the Icy Hot commercials.
Did I ever tell you? Yeah. Did I tell you about my sister? What she told me about what she knew about Shaq. She knew him as the Icy Hot guy.
Yeah.
No.
Like she's like, I'm going to a DJ thing tonight. This was years ago. Going to a DJ thing tonight with the Icy Hot guy. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, Shaq, the Icy Hot guy. I'm like, I'm so confused. Why are you going to a DJ thing? But also, you think Shaq is famous for Icy Hot?
And they already kind of tried this with Mike Tyson. It was already and was like, eee.
It didn't work, and nothing happened.
I guess it's good for cross-brand promotion.
It's very good for like third eye, like not third eye, but like casual eyeballs. It's good for that.
Like in getting mean.
But he doesn't need to wrestle a match.
No.
Especially against Cody. Why doesn't he wrestle some jabroni and beat them? That's fine. I don't like anything about this.
I'm just not excited.
Do not like it.
Like excited to see like them like
Shaq can't wrestle.
Where's the inside the NBA studio? Atlanta,
yep.
Cody's they're gonna have like a showdown at the studio, like once the season starts.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
It's gonna be.
Does that make what's his name? Who's the guy that runs?
Kenny.
Not Kenny. Ernie.
No,
Kenny
Ernie.
runs.
Ernie.
No, Ernie.
Oh, I thought you
Ernie's
meant runs to the board.
Guest referee.
Oh yeah,
I like
that. Ernie Elevator Johnson.
If they get all of them involved and just laugh at Shaq, because that's what the best part of the show is now, them making fun of and laughing at the idiot Shaq.
Yes.
Or the idiot Charles.
Or the idiot, that's the best.
Best thing about that show is the first day of the season where they play who he play for. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah. Oh, I think I have.
They play a game show with Charles, like who he play for, and it's like a rotating pictures. And for like 6 years in a row, they've asked like one player every year, and he still gets it wrong. He's like 1 for 5 every year. It's the funniest thing they do. Yeah. So Shaq is coming into AEW. Okay. This was the anti-Mike DeFazio episode because first of all, we get Shaq, then we get Brandi coming out and interrupting Jade Cargill and going after her. Then we got Shawn Spears having a match and beating Scorpio Sky.
Yeah, how did he beat him again?
His SCU
hit him with the slug.
They finally know it.
Oh, right, the slug.
The slug. It was the anti-Mike episode.
What is a slug?
Yeah.
Like a piece of metal.
A piece of metal that goes in a glove.
Yes.
Because Shawn Spears has a black glove that he hits people with.
A gauntlet, if you will.
Kind of. I enjoyed the bunkhouse match, sort of, but another bad Mike in the bad check column. What's his name
tell
there?
Me they're driving around.
No,
not driving, and no bunkhouse fuck really happened. It was just a hardcore match, basically,
Yeah.
where everybody bled.
Hey,
It was decent.
I thought it was a fun match.
What'd you think
It
of
was fun.
Natural Nightmares getting the win, especially what's his name there?
I don't care about
Cody's
that.
buddy,
QT Marshall.
QT Marshall, getting the win.
Is it him and Dustin?
Yes.
I don't care because it's been a kind of long-standing feud,
And now this is over.
They are the baby faces, and thankfully the baby faces come out on top.
And they won because Bunny was trying to steal the money from the Nightmare family or something.
It wrapped up. It wrapped it up.
It's over. Butcher. You know who I love is Butcher.
Yes,
Love Butcher.
Great. He's great.
The more I see Butcher, the more I like him.
Oh, and you know
I'm
what?
more of a Blade guy myself.
The first match,
I like Blade too, but
Sydal versus Brian Cage.
Yeah.
That was a good match.
Yeah.
Good match.
yeah, not much to say there. All right, we talked about that. Kenny Omega promo, whatever. And then the end, which was the best part. Most of the show I did not like. You just throw it out there.
Inner Circle induction.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Inner Circle induction. I didn't like that either.
What? I don't even remember what happened. But you know what?
They're going to Vegas. That was the thing.
Which is fine, but like, I don't know. I don't need like an episode a week with them taking up like a half hour of time. Truthfully, like,
it was fun. There were some funny moments,
and I'm sure the Vegas thing will be fun. But it's just like, okay, like,
I didn't think it was bad. I just whatever.
I'm just not looking forward to some of their stuff recently.
Yeah.
Red Velvet versus Tainara Conti was pretty good.
Yeah. In the end, which was really good. Fenix faced Penta Zero, LM, or whatever the fuck he's called now, and in a one-on-one match, which didn't make a whole lot of sense. Why they were fighting again and why they were trying to kill each other and rip each other's masks off. But it was a great match. It was really fun. Eddie Kingston was on commentary trying to explain this, which even he could not figure out.
And he's so good.
He's great on commentary, but I feel like
just like
they're like
tells everyone to shut up, and it's good.
All the guys were like, "Why is this happening? Like, get your house in order." And he's like, "It's good because like he still couldn't give a good reason, but it was a good match." And then at the end, Pac came back, which we kind of knew was going to happen.
Yes,
because he did the promo the week before. So that was fun, and he's gonna battle for control of this thing, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because he was in Death Triangle right before everything shut down with Penta and Ray. So,
yep. And this week we get.
I'm just happy
Penta
Pac
and
is
Ray
back.
need a leader.
Good question. Neither one. They're both top guys. They don't need leaders.
Okay.
I don't know.
This week, Lucha. What am I saying? Serena Deeb versus Rosa.
For the NWA title. Yeah, not great. Didn't love it.
It was all right.
It was better than NXT.
Happy that Pac is back. Also, I want to bring up one thing because Tony Khan said that this was going to be whatever was going to happen was going to be a revolutionary night or whatever the hell he said. And Pac coming back is not that. I'm sorry. I like Pac, but that's not. And he was already there. It's not like he just showed up. Like, whatever. I didn't.
But hey, you're a promoter. You got to get eyes on.
Yeah, I guess you got to get eyeballs on it and try to pump up the show. But be careful what you say and things like that, because people go crazy when you say stuff like that. I was thinking, is it going to be fucking Brock Lesnar or whatever? And it's just Pac, which thankfully it's not Brock Lesnar, but whatever. All right, NXT time. You did not like this show, Bill.
The matches themselves were fine because they have good wrestlers. The show was awful.
What do you think of Leon Ruff?
So Leon Ruff, Johnny Gargano came out with a wheel, which is right here.
Which is funny.
Yeah.
Which people were booing, and he had Leon Ruff's name penciled in, which means he was obviously going to choose Leon Ruff.
And
people were booing, and he's like, yelled at them, "Respect the wheel." I enjoyed. And then it shockingly landed on Leon Ruff, and then Leon Ruff beat Johnny Gargano and won the North American Championship.
For Leon Ruff, but they've done a lot to build this belt up, especially without the main belt being around.
Yeah.
And it's nothing now. Not only because he won, but he won. Then he went to the back, and they said, you need to leave now, or
Run-
the guy you just beat
Run
is
away.
going to beat you up. And
Run
so
away.
he literally ran away.
Run away.
That's lame.
I would have
Not like
rather. I like the 1, 2, 3 esque of it, or whatever you say. But yeah,
1, 2,
I
3
would've-
kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, the 1, 2, 3 kid style of it. But I
Yeah.
would have rather a bit more confidence in it instead of like the goofiness
Yeah.
with like it's silly. Like the belt doesn't even wrap around him, and like
the belt
yeah,
fell to the ground. Yeah.
like yeah, that's what like you can kind of do with the secondary belt is like fun stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they say Leon Ruff, like everyone loves him, and the dude
Right.
works his
Good
ass
for
off.
him.
And
But
he's a
then they
good
made
wrestler.
him look like garbage. They made him literally run away from Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
Who's not like an imposing guy. Whereas
Yeah.
like in the 1, 2, 3 kid version of this, he pins Razor Ramon, who's like a foot taller than him.
Yep.
And maybe that makes more sense, like running away with the title. Ha ha
Right.
ha.
If it was Damian Priest.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna jury's out for me. I'm gonna see how it plays out.
See,
But
here's the thing.
I'm assuming Gargano's gonna win the title back immediately. That's my guess.
We'll see. War games or
used
something
to-
that'll lead to war games, maybe.
I used to think, like, I trust NXT. Let's see how it plays out. Now that clearly this is a Vince McMahon product, I don't trust it anymore.
All right, so
Still,
that
They still
happened.
haven't announced war games yet.
Nope.
When is War
And-
Games?
And you know what is
What weekend is War Games? Is it this weekend?
Survivor Series is this weekend. Is this
And
Sun-
I'm nervous that we're
Survivor
moving
Series is
away
Sunday.
and
for
there's
some
no war
reason-
games announced yet.
No, I'm nervous that they're moving away from Undisputed Era, and we might have a new group in there, which would be not as good.
Yeah, I don't like unless Undisputed Era shows up this week because they haven't
Nothing's
set up.
announced, so it's not this weekend. They must be doing it on a Wednesday. That's my guess. They're gonna do a Wednesday War Games.
Oh, maybe the
Just
night
punt
before
pay-per-view.
night before Thanksgiving.
Possibly. I feel like there's still not enough built up to make that
no,
make sense.
yeah,
But
that's too close. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I want to doubt it if they just don't. No, because
they're gonna
gonna say
do
they-
War Games at some point.
they
I
don't.
think they're just gonna do it on a Wednesday and try to crush ratings on it.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah,
I
I
wonder-
don't
doesn't-
but yeah, probably.
Are they saving it for the Omega versus
Yes, probably.
the Omega versus Moxley match?
Yeah, they
They probably
probably
are.
are.
They're probably
Probably
saving it.
are.
for
There you
that.
go. We figured it out.
Yeah.
Because of course there. Santos Escobar versus Jake Atlas. Here's one thing I really like. I like the way they're treating Jake Atlas, where he's beating up the Escobar guys with
Mhm.
pipes and
Yeah.
like, I'm not backing down. Good. I like that.
Yeah.
But he lost.
These
so-
always good matches. The only issue is they've done it like a half a dozen times.
Yeah. And
But
so he lost.
He loses because there's interference.
Shotzi went after Candace and then got beat up by the Scream person
This
who's
was
Indy Hartwell.
so annoying because they built it up as a big reveal, even though very clearly it was only going to be Shotzi Blackwell. But they still were like, whoa, who's under the mask?
Yes, Indy Hartwell. You said Shotzi Blackwell.
Did I?
Yeah. My
Yeah, you
favorite
did.
wrestler.
No, Andy.
Nice
Sorry.
combination there. But yeah, it was always her and it was her.
Yeah.
And there you go. Raquel Gonzalez beat up Boa. They
The one
cut
match
this
I was
out
looking
of my
forward to- So the one match I was looking forward to was Raquel Gonzalez versus Xia Li.
right.
Didn't happen. Boa came out and was like, there's not going to be a fight tonight. And she's like, what? You asked for. Like, Xia Li asked to fight me. She's like, no fight. And then he got beat up a lot by Raquel Gonzalez, which is great. Make her look good or whatever. But then when he was sitting there all beat up, a dragon flew around the studio, like on the boards, just on like the white boards, not like an
Yeah.
actual
No, not a real jacket.
not a real dragon. And then some older Chinese fellow came out and marked him with like ash or something.
Okay.
So Boa has been something.
I don't know what this is, but this is getting very close to problematic territory. I
Yeah,
feel
it sure
like.
is. And this again,
It's
I
about
used
to
to think,
step
like-
over the politically correct line.
Yeah.
I used to think, let's see where it goes. I trust NXT. I do not any longer.
I have no clue where this is going now.
Nope.
Well, let's continue into the mistrust when Timothy Thatcher destroyed a Dexter Loomis mural.
I did actually like that because he was beating up his old student or whatever. And Loomis came out and he just like turned to Loomis and was like, I don't have a problem with you, and walked away. Of course, they still had a match, but
I thought their match was good.
yeah, it was a good match.
Let's
Candace-
see.
Love Cam Grimes coming out at the end.
Cam Grimes celebrated taking out Dexter Loomis.
A very thin bag over his head that you could see into, so I'm sure he could see out of just fine.
McAfee's team came out and cut promos about how they're awesome. I don't know. What'd you think of that?
So it's annoying always. When we get to the actual match, when we were working in Birch versus Breezango,
Yes.
and he was on commentary, I muted it. I watched the end of the show on mute.
I put a note down because I was watching that, and he said one funny thing that made me laugh because they were talking about how he lost, you lost a Super Bowl or something like that. I don't know what it was in reference to, but he goes, "Yeah, I lost the Super Bowl to Drew Brees and his dumb baby."
Yeah,
It made me laugh.
what was that?
Remember that in 2009 when the Saints won the
he-
Super Bowl and Drew Brees had his little kid with the headphones on the stage? That's what he was talking about. I laughed at that.
I had to put it on mute. I couldn't. The only way I could finish watching it is by not listening to it. He has reached Stephanie McMahon territory for me.
Oh wow.
I feel like I don't feel like that. I
Ouch.
feel like he's got good real heat.
He
No,
has a
not for
lot
me.
of heat.
I
He's
feel
got, he's got
I just
McMahon heat for me.
I would have liked to have seen him in front of like a real crowd because I think he'd really get real good heat. But we'll see where it goes.
We'll see. Anything else on this show that I'm missing? I know I'm missing some things. Tommaso Ciampa had a promo I didn't like.
It was okay. I like that he's trying to be the grizzled vet, but this was like old man get off my lawn promo.
Yeah.
And Candace versus Tony was good.
Yeah.
Anything else on NXT?
Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley are fighting this week.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
They did a
right.
promo package for them, which, basically was like, Rhea's been bad since WrestleMania, right? Maybe she can win now. No, I don't think so. All right, well, it's time for a top 5. What do you got?
I've got top 5 game shows that I would like to be on.
That you would like to compete on.
Yes.
Okay.
The one where you travel around the world is the obvious number one.
Oh,
Amazing Race?
yeah.
I would want to be on that.
Wow.
I've never watched that one though, so I can't speak to it.
Obviously,
Anyways,
The Bachelorette.
number 5, Jeopardy. Only because it's this low because I don't think I'd do good on it.
No.
Number 4 is Supermarket Sweep.
Have you been watching?
The new one.
Have you been watching the new one?
No.
It doesn't have the same
It's
crappiness that I enjoy about
Yeah.
old game shows.
We
Maybe-
watch it because like I have nothing to watch. on
Oh,
Sundays
sure.
at
I'm sure
8,
it's fine. And Leslie
waiting-
Jones is funny.
waiting for Bob's Burgers to come on, and we watch like a half hour of it, and it's entertaining enough, and it's just like it's actually something you can be like, and you're just
Yeah, you can
horrified.
interact with it.
Yeah, and you're just horrified, be like, God, a can of spinach is how much now?
You know what? The one striking thing about it to me was that
What?
in the original Supermarket Sweep, the contestants are so awkward and weird, which is so
Yes.
fun.
Yes,
And in this one, they're like definitely screened by casting agents, and they're like, "I'm here on Supermarket," like
all-
whoa, tone it
like,
way down,
all
be a real
those
person.
people, like all game show contestants are now. And the thing that
They're like way too entertaining as
the
contestants.
thing I never understand, I don't know if maybe you can't do it in Supermarket Sweep. Why not when you're trying to get a bunch of items, just put your arm
Just
and
drag it
whack
all.
it all
Just
into
drag
your
it. Yep.
thing. But
I
they're
would-
just
yeah,
like
like-
they're picking one thing and get it all.
I haven't watched it in
Just
probably
keep
20
adding
years.
like turkeys or whatever.
Yeah,
Like the
which
You gotta
biggest,
get those turkeys.
Gotta get that
expensive,
meat.
most expensive.
Gotta
Get
that
all the
fucking-
prosciutto. Just give me all the prosciutto you have, please.
All the big like
The
big-
cheeses.
all of the
and all the
Gouda.
lobster.
the
You gotta
Gouda.
get the
the
ground
lobsters.
coffee. I've watched way too much Supermarket Sweep. You gotta go for the ground
Oh, that's
coffee.
still a thing.
which is
That's still
super
a-
expensive, isn't it?
Yes. In the game, it is anyway. All right. So where are we at? Is that 3?
That was number 4.
Oh,
Number 3 is American Gladiator. That would
yes,
be a
of course.
fun one to
It'd
play.
be fun.
You'd be good at that.
I would like to
Number-
see what's his name?
Phaser.
Gemini.
Laser,
Wow.
Blazer.
Gemini and Wally fighting in the rings.
Yeah.
You know what? The one thing Wally would be good at is that game where you have to dunk the ball in the
Bounce
In
dunk.
the middle,
yes, and the
Yeah.
two there's the two
no.
things.
the it's not a bouncing one. You're just like juking them out, right?
Yes, and there's like
Oh
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
there's 2 different ones. There's the one where you jump down, and that's
Nope.
guts. When
No.
you
That's
jump
guts.
down and jump up
Yeah.
and dunk,
no,
that's
I'm
guts.
talking about the game
That's guts.
where
It's
there's
like
like
The
half
football game.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So that would be number 3. Number 2 is Wheel of Fortune. I love Wheel of Fortune.
Hmm.
And number 1 is Wipeout, which is basically American Gladiator
Yeah.
without getting killed. So
Wipeouts seems
Got
fun.
them big balls you got to play with.
You should you should have put on there one of my favorites, Holy Moly, where it's half Wipeout, half mini golf.
I tried watching it a little, and it was just like I wasn't
It's
that-
very wacky.
I heard it's
Yeah,
wacky.
Did anybody watch the Miz's show, Cannonball or whatever?
No.
No.
It's
Absolutely not.
Wipeout except with water slides instead of big balls.
Well, we know the new host of Wipeout, right? John Cena.
Is it really?
Ooh, there you go. Taking one away from the Miz again.
he's following in Miz's footsteps.
John Cena.
he's the new host of Wipeout?
Yes, where they're doing him and Nicole Byer from Nailed It, the terrifically fun.
Oh, terrific. Love Nicole Byer.
Yes.
She's great.
But yeah.
So good. All right.
That's
That is
for me.
it. That is it. Next up, we are going to talk about the movie Billy Madison. And it was not an argument, but a big discussion point when we watched the shitty Hubie Halloween, which I've met
Yeah.
people that like Hubie Halloween now.
Oh,
And
God,
watch
that was
people-
so bad.
Watch reviews that people are like, I love Hubie Halloween. So I
Yeah,
don't know what I'm
people
missing.
really like it.
No,
People
it's
like it.
terrible.
But
It
we
was
got into
so
a big
bad.
a big discussion about if Billy Madison was actually any good, or if we just remember it
Much
fondly.
better than Hubie
So-
Halloween.
It is-
Spoiler alert.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
right,
Yeah.
easily much better. But there are some parts that did not land at all for me.
Oh boy, no.
The
Shut
second
up.
watch,
Devil Woman. Like there's
Uh,
so much of that movie.
yeah, it's a very big part of our childhood, way
Yeah.
more than I even thought. Because there's
Oh.
things that I have said from the movie. I
Yeah,
totally forgot
But
it was
I
from that
didn't
movie.
know that it was
Yeah.
from the movie.
I
Yes.
found that out. Yeah.
Yep, me too.
All right. That's coming up next. This episode is over. Stay tuned for that one. Peace out.
Sloppy Joe.